What's up guys, and welcome to the first edition of What's on My Android. Now, if you've been watching the past few videos of mine, you'll know that I've been using the Samsung Galaxy S6 as my daily driver for the last couple of months or so. And I'm actually using it with this case here. It's called the Spigen Neo Hybrid case. I actually did a review on this a couple of months ago and I stopped using it after I did that review. But last week I dropped my phone. So not too sure if you can tell, but top left and bottom right here, they're a little bit scratched on the chamfered metal, as well as just a tiny little nick here up on the screen. So that was a bit devastating for me, but yeah, that's why I'm using this Spigen Neo case at the moment, just more as a overreaction and not wanting to hurt my phone again if I drop it. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you what I use as my daily setup, what I kind of go between if I'm using different phones as well. This is kind of the setup that I'm used to, that I like the look of. So firstly, on my Samsung Galaxy, I'm using material design from the theme store, from the Samsung Galaxy theme store. So if I swipe down, you can see the notification panel has that material design color palette to it, and then things like my dialer, that as well as the messages and contacts, it all just has this material design look to it, which I really like the look of, because I love stock Android. So yeah, if I can get my phone as close to stock Android as possible, then I'm laughing. So that's what I'm using there. I'm also using Nova Launcher. Now, this is my main launcher that I've been using for the past 6 months or so, and you can see the setup that I've done here, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But Nova Launcher is just great in terms of its customization ability, and yeah, I just love the fact that if we jump into the settings over here, if I make any custom setups to my home screen and to my layout or to my icons or anything, I'll just jump into backup and import, hit backup, hit OK, and then I can just jump into restore on any other device if I've installed Nova Launcher. Just grab that file, using a file manager, just hit that, and then it will restore back to the layout that I had set up and spent so long setting up. So that's why I love Nova Launcher, and I really love the gestures. And I apologize, I have mentioned this in a few videos, but the swipe down anywhere on my home screen to bring down that notification panel is a great feature that I love. So that's Nova Launcher, and that's what I've been using for the past 6 months or so. Next is the icon pack that I am using, which is called Elan, and you can find this in the Play Store. And if we jump into look and feel and icon pack, you can see that I've got a few that I've installed here, but Elan's the one that I've settled on for the past month or so. I just really love the minimalistic look of having uniform circles next to each other in this sort of grid style pattern. So that's kind of why I've gone with the circle icon pack, which is called Elan. I'll try and have all the links to the apps that I'm mentioning here in the description below. So yeah, that's Elan. Next is the wallpaper that I'm using. Now, if we jump into my apps list and go all the way to the end, I've gotten this wallpaper from an app called Wallrocks, and we jump in there, and this wallpaper can be found under black and white. So one of the things that I really, there it is there, it's called BW18. Now, one of the things that I really, this is kind of the thing that I change all the time, my wallpaper, except I've had this single wallpaper for a week or two now, which is the longest stretch I think that I've had any wallpaper. So who knows, this might be a winner. I really like the black and white backing with the, the list of colorful apps on top of it. And it's also my lock screen wallpaper at the moment. So yeah, who knows how long that'll last for, but that's what I'm using, and it's from that Wallrocks Wallpapers app. And then finally, I thought I'd just show you my main list of apps on my home page here. You can see that I've got 3 different home pages set up, but this is my landing page here. It's got a grid of 12 apps on it, and it's got the Google Now little widget there. So here on my home screen up the top, I've got the default Samsung Messenger app, and I just find that that it just works the best in terms of MMS and just standard text messaging. And with that material design look on it, if we jump in here, you can see that it's got that material design look, which I really like the look of, and I love the look of it. And so the fact that it's got that material design look, along with the fact that it just functions as well as a messaging app should function, that's why I'm using the default Samsung Messenger app. To the right of that, I've got the gallery, and then I've got the camera, which I probably don't need there on the Samsung Galaxy S6 because of the double tap to open the camera feature. But given that I might change phones in a week, yeah, I've kept that there. And also I've kept it there for other people using my phone who don't know about that feature. Coming to the second row, Google Maps, which I use almost every day. And then to the right of that, I've got my music player app, which is called Shuttle Music. And I just really love the design of this app. I think that it looks really in keeping with material design. It's really simple layout, and for someone who's come from iTunes on an iPhone, yeah, that just does the job for me. Now to the right of that, I've got the calendar app, and that's just the Samsung default one, nothing special there. And then if we jump down, I've got the reminders app, which I've mentioned in my top 5 Android apps list, and that's called Wunderlist. I just love the simplicity of this, yeah, of that app there. And then to the right of that, I've got Simple Note, and again, this is just a note-taking app, but that's also in my top 5 Android apps list, so check that out for sure. Now to the right of that, I use Yahoo Weather as my default weather app, and I just really like how it integrates with the location that you're in. So it puts an image in the background of where you are, and I love that, you know, when it's raining, it's got raindrops falling down the screen, and it's just a nice, simple app to look at. On the bottom row, we've got the Play Store, the Google clock, not the Samsung clock. So yeah, that's a nice looking app, and like I said, I just like having as close to stock Android as I can. So that's why I use the stock Google clock. And then obviously I've got my settings app shortcut to the right down the bottom. Now, down here is my apps list, and I've actually used a custom icon for that. So I've long pressed on it, I've hit edit, and then I've tapped that. Now, when I was trying to prepare doing this video, I actually noticed that it's been deleted, but originally it was from the Polygon icon pack that I've gotten from the Play Store. You can see there's a similar one here, but that's actually got a gray textured background behind it. There's a see-through square one here, which is kind of, they're both like either end, they're kind of similar to it, but they're not exactly the same, because the one that I'm using is fully transparent. So if I change my wallpaper, you know, it's still a blank circle in the middle, which is what I like. So if you are looking for that transparent circle, then Elon has actually just recently released a transparent circle app dock icon. So if we jump into Elon, and there it is, that small little one there. So if you are looking to get that transparent icon, then maybe look at Elon. Otherwise, I'm sure there's another one on the App Store, but that was originally from Polygon. Now, if I just jump through here, you can see a couple of my other apps that I have. And I'll just jump into my apps list, and I'll just quickly go through each page. So if you're interested in what apps I use. Now, like I said, a lot of these are kind of residual apps. They've kind of just stuck around from older phones. You know, when I used to root my phone, I haven't rooted this Samsung Galaxy just because it has all the features that I want when I usually root my phone. So I don't have that, but like titanium backup still exists on here. But obviously you can't use that without a rooted phone. But anyway, that is my Android. That's what I'm using at the moment. Who knows, that might change within a week, but this is the setup that I've gotten used to. I really enjoy it. And if you've got any questions about the apps that I use or the setup that I use, please put them in the comments below. Until then, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.